What does Capoeira and ancient Egypt have in common? First, you'll need to know some of the original African names for Egypt. The name Egypt is based off of a Greek mispronunciation of an ancient city in the Nile Valley, pronounced something like khpr. A couple of the original African names for the country we now call Egypt are Kemet and Tameri. Now that you know real African names for the country, let's get to the connections between Kemet and Capoeira. Connection 1. Bantu languages. The ancient Africans that founded and controlled Kemet during its first two golden ages, known in Egyptology as the Old Kingdom and the Middle Kingdom, spoke an African language closely related to modern Bantu languages. Our word Capoeira comes from a Bantu language word khpr, meaning to fly or to flutter, like a chicken or a zebra. Khpr links directly to the scarab beetle found in Kemet's Medew Netcher, later known as the hieroglyphics, which is a Greek translation of the original African name. In the Medew Netcher, which is the oldest known writing script in the world, the scarab beetle is a triliteral glyph that holds the phonetic value khpr. They did not write out their vowels, as with many of the later writing systems that would come from it, including the Phoenician script, where we get our alphabet, the Hebrew script, and the Arabic script. Quick linguistic note: when you're looking for the history of a word, the consonants are like the skeleton of the word. The khpr consonant root that brings us words like capoeira is an ancient African consonant root that lives throughout all African language families, and it has to do with movement. Example: this is why the scarab beetle is holding the sun with wings. It is representing the movement of the sun. Khpr, khpr, and capoeira all come from the same ancient African consonant root khpr, and it is a consonant root that has to do with different forms of movement. So when you see the ancient African scarab beetle written in the Medew Netcher, you're seeing one of the oldest known written forms of our word capoeira. All this beetle talk makes you think about besouro, right? Connection 2. Even though the Africans were kidnapped, shipped across the ocean, forced to speak Portuguese, forced to become Catholic, and forced to worship European gods, they still continued to see the world as Africans in many ways. And, like their ancient Bantu-speaking brothers and sisters of ancient Kemet, they too venerated the beetle, khpr, for its movement and flight. Scholars such as Dr. Cheikh Diop have long proved the cultural unity of Africa that can be seen through all of its civilizations, including ancient Kemet. And linguists such as Dr. Theophilo Benga, Jean-Claude Mboli, and Asar Imhotep continue to bring more evidence of a cultural and linguistic unity that continues on the continent and abroad. And that unity does not end with skin color, because at the foundation of all Indo-European language is an African language. The ancient khpr root is also in Indo-European languages.
Fly in English is the same word, except we don't have the k prefix sound in there, in the word fly. And so the word, the phoneme R is now L in English, and the P sound is F, in English. It's just simply the word. It's a very old word. It's all the Indo-European is in every African language.